I just looked at the Julio Cesar Chavez Pernell Whitaker fight, and I felt that the draw. I felt Chavez won. Yes, Whitaker had the more flashy moves. Chavez made the fight. It's difficult when a guy's coming forward and the other guy's is slipping, sliding, throwing. This would have been a great amateur fight for Whitaker. None of those punches had any real effect on Chavez. I do believe that the low blows, and let's make no mistake about it, low blows do take away the legs of a warrior like Chavez. He's making the fight. He's coming forward. He's exerting a lot of energy. Whitaker was holding a lot, forearming a lot, punching low. Come on, round 6. There was like 4 low blows in that fight. That has to take a lot out of the legs and the charge of the great Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez had about 80 fights. Come on, let's give the guy some credit. He was an outstanding fighter. I'm not taking anything away from Whitaker, but I thought Chavez won that fight. There were a lot of close rounds, and I just can't. We have to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that boxing is very subjective. I can't give you a fight on pity pat punches. That means if I take a feather and I strike you with those feather punches, yeah, they score, but oh my gosh, I mean, you talk about boring. Come on, Chavez bought the fight. He brought it to you. I remember Marvin Hagler said years ago that it's difficult to look good if a guy won't engage you. Slipping, sliding, moving around, I mean, that cutie stuff. Chavez brought the fight to him. So he's taking the chances. That has to be where if a person is going to give for ring generalship, then you have to give for aggressiveness. Because if Chavez decides, well, okay, you're going to dance around, I'm just going to stand in the center of the ring and I'm going to move back, then you have a boring fight. That's why counter punches look good against aggressive fighters, because the aggressive guy is taking all the chances. Now, I had for the first 6 rounds of the fight, I had Chavez 4-2. So, and then you had the next 6 rounds. Now, some of those fights, some of those rounds were pretty close. Whitaker did have his moments, 2-3 rounds in a row where he looked good. But maybe those low blows tired Chavez out. Chavez was, I mean, listen, when you're bringing the fight, you're taking all the chances. You got to be warned. I was a little disappointed that Chavez didn't appear to be in the kind of shape that he normally is. But I don't think he's ever had to. I don't think he knew he had a track meet instead of a boxing match. Now these little cuties slipping, sliding, and come on, it's just not impressive. None of those punches hurt Chavez. Chavez kept bringing the pressure. I mean, it's easy to make Whitaker look good. So I can't. I thought Chavez won that fight, or that the draw was a fair assessment of that fight. But when you look at the career, tell me, people, who do you think was better? I think Chavez clearly was definitely the hombre, and Pernell Whitaker wasn't. And that's all I have to say about that. But it's another reason why I think fights should go 15 rounds, so you have a clear, decisive winner. And There you have it at that. So I clearly thought that Julio Cesar Chavez should have won that fight, and but then justice, there's always justice. Later, Whitaker would cry and claim that he beat. When Whitaker fought De La Hoya, you had the same kind of crying, and but this is what happens in the sport of boxing. But I clearly thought that Cesar Chavez was the winner, and then I have to ask the Whitaker fans who claimed he was so great, what happened against Jose Luis Ramirez? Why don't you watch that fight and tell me who won that fight? I guess we're all blind then too, right? Thank you, and enjoy.